Hey, Bulls and Bears, welcome. This is Bull Boom Bear Bust. My name is JJ. Thank you for being here. And as usual, we've got a lot of financial, economic news to get caught up on. First of all, welcome to December. It's December 1st. It is Thursday. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. And last month of the year, what can we say? We made it this far. Markets are still strong, actually. Let's talk about the stock market. We're also going to talk about a hard landing warning out of a major financial institution. We'll get into that here in just a few minutes here. Also, more crypto fallout. Remember, I said there was going to be contagion and a lot more big things happening in the crypto world. Well, more has happened. We'll get into that. But first of all, the stock market yesterday, up over 700 points. And this was based on hopium and the market's hoping um, and praying in many cases that the Fed was going to slow down the rate of rate hikes or lessen the amount of the rate hikes. Stock market news, stocks leap after Powell signals rate hike slowdown. So instead of 0.75%, maybe it'll be 0.5%, right? So does that seem like good enough news to base a 700 plus point rally in the Dow Jones? That was up over 2%. Actually, the Nasdaq up 4.5%. Russell 2000 2.7%. S&P 500 1%. Does a slowdown in the amount of rate hikes seem like it's going to give you that much of a return on your investment? So apparently somebody thinks so because we had some big whales coming in and making some big purchases in the stock market. We all know the biggest whale is the central bank in most cases. But financial institutions, are they really that confident that a smaller rate hike is going to bring this economy roaring back? I just don't understand. To me, it looks like more manipulation to the upside, probably shaking out some shorts, and I think we're going to see a big drop here coming up in December. Just my opinion. I'm not actually in the stock. Well, I should be clear. I'm not in the stock market trading. I do hold stocks, and these are stocks I've held for a long time, mostly minor stocks, mining companies. But as far as like trading, I'm not trading actively in the markets. I do hold long-term stocks. My 401k is completely in cash right now, a money market fund, which is basically tied to bonds, and it's a very small return. Right now, it's about 1.75% on this particular money market that I have my retirement account in. And I hope the Fidelity, the retirement broker, doesn't go down like we saw the crypto exchange go down last 2 weeks ago now with FTX. That would be a big event there if that happened. You're talking about many millions of people with their retirement accounts in Fidelity. I don't think the powers that be are going to let an institution like Fidelity or retirement funds go broke. Um, they could come up with a reason or an excuse. They could say there was a hack. I just don't think that's going to happen. So yes, I do still hold my cash in brokers in some cases, but I also have cash and assets out of the bank, not as much as I would like. What I did a few years ago, I was determined to pay off debt and get out of debt. It was good and bad. It was bittersweet, right? So I got out of debt. It felt really good, but there was so much I could have invested in if I would have had the cash still on the side instead of using it to pay down the debt. Paying down debt's great, don't get me wrong, but if you can make a bigger return on your investment, um, and you have to have cash obviously to invest. So if you can make a bigger return on what you're paying in interest on these loans, then it's worth it not to pay off the debt. For example, you have an introductory rate on a credit card. Let's say you have $10,000 you owe, but you have a 0% interest rate for a year or sometimes 2 years. If you can make money in the markets with the cash instead of just paying off the balance, then that is a win. But it's all a guessing game, right? Or it's all a not just a guessing game. Sometimes it's an educated guess on if you should pay off debt versus investing it. But what if you don't pay off debt and you take your cash and invest it, and then the market crashes? Like look at the cryptos. A lot of people lost a lot of money on cryptos. There's actually a recent article here how nightclubs in Florida are missing crypto millionaires because they used to go there and blow a lot of money and kind of flaunt their wealth. Crypto bros is what they're called here, and these people are now selling a lot of their assets, including luxury vehicles, and that's going to be a big place where you're going to see prices come down is luxury vehicles. But let's get into the news I wanted to bring you here. Bank of America warns the U.S. economy will start to lose 175,000 jobs per month during the first quarter of 2023, and they expect a harder landing rather than a softer one. Interesting. So it's interesting to see a major financial institution make a hard landing prediction. Here's what they're saying, though. The latest jobs report shows that the U.S. labor market is in decent shape, but Bank of America sees trouble looming in the distance. Bank of America expects non-farm payrolls, the gains, to be cut in half in the fourth quarter of 2022. So we're obviously going to see those results not until January and turn negative in 2023. So Bank of America, I think they see what's happening with their depositors' money. We know that the savings rate of most people is at back to financial crisis levels, the lowest in over about 12 years now. The U.S. consumer is not doing very good. How much of this Black Friday, this record Black Friday spending, was the top 30%? Going out and spending a lot more than they typically do, because as we know, the people at the top are getting richer, and in this case, the bottom 70% are the ones treading water. Most people going deeper in debt, but are the top 30% kind of buoying this whole shopping spree that we saw with record spending over the Thanksgiving holiday? That could be it. But on the other hand, you have a lot of fallout with a lot of crypto investors too. So it's a real interesting time right now, to say the least. Well, let's talk about this crypto contagion that we warned about here. And it's not so much contagion from FTX, but it's just more fallout in the crypto world. We know that FTX filed bankruptcy. A lot of people lost a lot of money in that. Kraken laying 30% of its workforce off. 30%. Wow, another huge number there. Kraken is a crypto exchange, the second largest in the U.S., and that's 1,100 employees, which is about 30% of its entire workforce. Wow. So it's not just that these investments are dropping, it is the exchanges are laying off a lot of people, and that's going to cause more pain in the economy. Less people spending money, that means less jobs. And I think we're going to definitely see an interesting year, to say the least, in 2023. Not just interesting. I think 2023 is going to be where a lot of people are either going to make it or break it. If you're in the top 30%, you're probably going to do just fine because you're there for a reason. That means you are prepared for what's coming. And the ones that are not prepared and the ones that are living paycheck to paycheck, 2023 is going to be a very rough year, in my opinion. So I hope everyone here watching this is going to be just fine in 2023. Hopefully together we'll get through this. And I read your comments, and thank you for all the support you give me here. And actually, I forgot to give a thank you to everyone that supports this channel over Thanksgiving, because it's a season of giving thanks. Of course, there's a lot I'm thankful for, but as far as this channel goes, thank you to everyone that subscribes, that comes back to this channel, that leaves comments, that gives me tips, coffee money, all that. Thank you very much. Actually, let me switch gears just a little bit here, since we're talking about you, the audience. We talked about this record Thanksgiving spending, what we're being told it was a record over Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and Cyber Monday. But let's get the real deal on this. What are you doing personally? Are you spending more this holiday season? Are you like me? Are you holding back or cutting back and being kind of cautious to see what's going to happen, with everything that is going on right now with these levels of debt, the high interest rates, the cost of living not really coming down? What are you doing to prepare as far as the holiday shopping season, holiday spending? Or maybe you're just skipping the holidays. Maybe you don't have any kids at home, or maybe for religious reasons you don't do it. There are some groups out there that don't do that for religious purposes. But whatever the case, please let me know down in the comments. I'd be real interested to hear what you're up to. Real quick, a few shout outs here to people that support this channel. Just a few quick thank yous here. Thank you to Jane, who sent me a tip because she liked my recycling video. That was just like a 2-minute video I put out a couple days ago about my trip to the recycling center here in my neck of the woods. And the question was, is it worth it? You save up all these cans and bottles for months and months and months, and I got like $33, right? For like 5 big trash bins full of cans and bottles. The question was it worth it? Well, I think it is, even if it's, not a lot of money. I don't like the thought of just plastic sitting in a landfill somewhere for 1,000 years. I don't know exactly how long it takes plastic to biodegrade, but it's a long time. So I just like doing it. I don't like throwing trash out of the window. Some people just do that and they don't care because they see a lot of these big companies polluting up their earth. So a lot of people just don't care. But thank you, Jane, for your tip and your comment there about the recycling video. And you actually tipped me more than I made in recycling. Just thank you very much. That is so awesome. Thank you so much. Also, the super thanks. Thank you for the super thanks to the following people. Blue Steel, thank you very much. Cool screen name. James Braden, thank you very much. Gordon Nash, Mike S, Julian C, Hedgeman Gill, looks like. I'm trying to read it. And Maria Rivero, back for another tip. Thank you very much. I really appreciate every one of you. And just those of you who are watching who continue to come back, you support this channel just by keeping the views up and keeping this channel alive. All right, everybody, we're going to wrap this one up. Hope everyone has a great December. We'll see you again very soon. Bye for now and peace.